Okay, hey guys. This is definitely new content for you guys, but I kind of thought it would be interesting to include you guys in this. So, I actually stumbled across this little dead mouse like 2 or 3 days ago on a walk with my dog, and I picked it up and took it to the cemetery that I go to show like reverence for the native spirits of the land that I live on. And I left it there for a couple of days, and I came back to it today, and I felt like I wanted to dissect it for parts, because I have a mission. I needed to make a jar to neutralize like the peskier forces of my life, and the materials like for my workings that I do usually just kind of naturally come into my existence as I need them. So when I found the rat, I recognized that like it was kind of being airdropped into my simulation, and then I recognized it as an opportunity, brought it to my guides like, hey, like give me the clearance that I need or instructions that I need to know what to do with this tool. Left it there. I understood what the plan was after a while, came back to get it, and then I followed through with what I was guided to do. And that's a lot of how my practice works. In like this is a really great way to like see it like with your own eyes, but even beyond physical actions like this, I also do like a lot of other things, just based off of how I feel guided to move and behave. So, anyways, I'm using one of my newest knife to my collection. This is actually a diving knife that you can strap to your thigh. I got it off Amazon for like $10. It really wasn't that expensive, but it is actually pretty sharp and a pretty cool knife. I've been getting to know it and bonding with it, and this is one of the ways that I was guided to do that. So you'll see me here trying to like spread this guy open the way that I'm familiar with doing that when I do dissections. This was like more of a scientific like intellectual pursuit than it is like just for fun. But it was, I think, good experience for me, and I'm like excited to hopefully have more opportunities to get like fresher specimens, because this guy definitely had a lot of time to sit outside in the elements. It was cool because by the time I got to um, doing this, a lot of the fur was like ready to come off, and he was like, when I found him, he was kind of like flattened. I don't know if he got ran over or what. He didn't really seem like he got ran over, but he seemed like he kind of got smushed. So he was on one side and kind of like compressed that side, which made it really hard to get inside his belly, because at that, like, he was kind of like flat right there. And it was a really tiny little mouse, and I have kind of bigger hands. So it's kind of hard to like, handle this guy. Another reason why I'd love to have fresher specimens, but this was definitely, I was grateful for this. So you'll see me trying to like get inside of him. I wasn't very successful in doing that. You'll see me like peel him open a little bit, and you'll see a little bit of pink, but he was pretty dry by the time I got to doing this, pretty set in stone, like rigor mortis had already started to set in. So um, it's kind of hard to move him around without like breaking all his bones and stuff like that. And I wanted to show respect to the body, so I didn't push it too far. I like initially I didn't have a plan going in, but at some point during this dissection, I realized that I wanted to try to harvest the heart. I wasn't able to do that because of how compressed like his insides were. And I didn't want to disrespect the body, so I just left it there. And yeah, but you might be able to see it in a couple of frames, like the definition of the rib cage and all that stuff as the fur started to like peel back. That was pretty cool. Next time if I get something fresher, I would probably try to get in there and retrieve some of the internal organs that I thought would be best for the working I was doing, but based off of what I got today, it just really wasn't possible. So and I started to realize that like the body was really breaking down. The fur was like getting everywhere, which kind of made it hard to handle the little guy. But yeah, I did actually have a burial for this guy to show respect for the body, and return him to the earth after I harvested what I felt like I wanted from him. Um, yeah, it was a really cute little mouse, honestly, really soft little fluffy guy. Even in death, he was pretty cute. The eyes had pretty much like rotted out, um, but they, it wasn't like gross looking. And this was like a cool part of this whole ritual, because when I triangulated the mouse, like one of my neighbors went into like a coughing fit. So another part of this working that I'm hoping and intending is that I'll be able to identify my enemies easier. I ended up harvesting the head and the tail and then burying the body. So I'll be able to like see them and catch them easily, hopefully. But yeah, I ended up putting it in a jar with some salt to like kind of neutralize the negative impact that I'm facing from some of my opposition in life. But yeah, this was a pretty quick little dissection because there really wasn't that much to do with such a little guy. Um, but yeah, not too much to say. The first time I recorded this, I talked pretty much the whole way through, but it didn't save. And I can't even remember what I was talking so much about now. I think I was talking about like politics, and that might be part of the reason why I didn't save. I don't think I meant to be talking about politics on here. But yeah. uh I just basically this is a self-protective kind of thing. Um Obviously really proud of my knife. It cut really well. I decapitated him here, trying my best to like not cut off any of the limbs and just get the head. And when I went through here, it was a really nice, like very satisfying snap, kind of like when you pop one of the knuckles on your fingers, but like on somebody else's body. I don't know if you ever like pop someone else's knuckles, but it's kind of like that. And I thought I did a good job like getting through, and I probably did, but mostly just in like the decapitation. I had to go back through a second time to do a slicing motion to really get through the skin. Because I thought that I had at this point gotten it off, but I hadn't, obviously. And I blamed the knife, but it was really me. I didn't slice it. That's probably one of the most important things. Yeah, that felt good. And it's gonna come off really nice and easy, very clean cut. I really like this knife. And the tail didn't come off as easy. I thought it would be a lot easier to get through the tail than it would be the head, but surprisingly not. I don't know if it was because I used like a bumpy surface, but I didn't really like plan this. It was like spur of the moment kind of thing. And the most protected surface outside of my house is my doormat. You can't see right now, but it has like a spell underneath it on the bottom. So this just seemed like the most ideal place to do such a thing under short notice. But yeah, super cool. Was very grateful to have the opportunity to stumble across this guy and use what was left of him for my own personal uses. I like I said, I did thank little dude. He's not really here to say, you know, you're welcome. Get it? Because I'm cutting me apart on a welcome mat. But I do feel like my guides were cool with it. And I tried my best to honor them through this process as well, understanding that this was an opportunity kind of bestowed upon me by them. This isn't the first time that I've come across like dead things, but usually they're a lot more decayed. Usually, like I come across like bones. I found like a chihuahua skull one time. I used that in a working earlier in the year, but I haven't really used any dead bodies in a long time. So this is like more of a rare opportunity because this is the kind of craft that, is pretty potent using like actual, well, not living things, but, obviously he's not alive anymore, but, things that did once have life or, stuff like that, like blood work. Um, these kind of things tend to be a lot more potent than just like symbolic things because a head is a head and a tail is a tail. So, anyways, um, at this point, I'm thinking about what I'm going to do with what's left of the body. I ended up deciding to bury it. So he's right at the bottom of my steps. I left him a little tombstone so I can honor him as I pass him every day. Um, I might think of a name or something to like call him Stuart, maybe. I don't know. Is that like cliche, disrespectful? I hope not. I don't know. I'll think about it further. I'll let you guys know if I decide a name so you guys can reference him in the comments. That is so fucked up. Maybe not. I don't think he really cares, honestly. I think it's probably hard to be a mouse. But anyways, this is me going ahead and putting it into the spell jar. I don't know if I'm really finished with this yet. I might end up adding more stuff in it. I haven't sealed it with any wax or anything, but I can't think of anything right now. If I end up putting anything else in there, it'll be because I was guided to after this. And usually that happens like after I record because I have to change things after people see them so that they can't interfere with what I'm doing. So yeah, I probably will end up adding something, but you guys won't ever probably know what that is. And yeah, this is a little insight into my craft. So thanks for being here and watching.